Hey guys, I'm Rob, this is Pixel Lab, welcome back to the channel. So in this week's video, as you can see, I've got a lot of packages in front of me, and that is because they all decided to show up at one time. I ordered most of these about 2-3 weeks ago, but postal service at the moment is absolutely atrocious, with COVID causing chaos in Sydney and Melbourne at the moment, and unfortunately most of these things are coming from Melbourne and Sydney and other states. But nonetheless, they all did arrive, and I have, however, forgotten most of the stuff I did order, so it will be quite fun and exciting to open them on camera and have a look actually what's in there, because I have absolutely no idea, because like I said, I have forgotten most of the stuff that I did order. So without any further ado, let's put these aside and start cracking the first one. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but it wasn't too much, I don't think. I think like 15-20 bucks. I'll have to look at my listing on eBay eventually, and actually probably should have done that before to actually confirm how much I paid for it. But it wasn't expensive, and I am a huge fan of this franchise and obviously Nintendo 64, and that is Turok Rage Wars. Not really sure what this game's about because I never actually owned it when I was younger. I only had the first Turok, and I think I rented Turok 2 when I was a kid, so I haven't played this one. I'm pretty sure this was just like a multiplayer version set in the Turok universe, so nothing too spectacular there or fancy, but I do not have this game currently in my collection, so it's nice to finally get it. And as you can see, the card itself is in pretty damn good condition. Potentially look like it has some kind of sticker on it because it has been removed, and probably cleaned too because there is quite little, like tiny little scuffs on the top here and there, but nonetheless the card is not yellowing or anything like that unless it has been cleaned, and no scratches. The label at the front is quite good too, not faded, no peeling, no dog ears on it as well, so that is quite an excellent buy. So they will definitely go into the Nintendo 64 collection, which seems to be growing beautifully. And the next one off the ranks comes in this beautiful red bubble wrap. We are just hitting October, but obviously the post office is already trying to sell the Christmas packaging. But nonetheless, let's crack this open. I have no idea what's in here either. But, oh, I know what's on here. And that is a Wii U game, and it is Epic Mickey 2, The Power of 2. I'm trying to get as many Wii U games at the moment as I can due to the fact that Wii U is becoming very highly collectible. And I can see that the games are increasing significantly in price. I guess it's due to the fact that it wasn't a very popular system, so there wasn't many copies available at the time of release, so they are getting a little bit more scarcer, especially here in Australia. So I did get this one. I'm yet to pick up a Wii U console, but like I said in previous videos, I'm very much working on that. And like I said, I do want a in-box one. So hopefully in the near future I can pick one of those up and actually play some Wii U games. But nonetheless, let's take a look at what's inside. Oh, and it is quite complete as well. It does have the disc and the little insert manual thing. Yes, it is actually quite a significant manual, if you can call it that. But it does actually have the controls and things like that, and the buttons used to actually play the game. Obviously, this being a kids game, it is more targeted towards the younger audiences, so they actually did include the, button layout and things like that, so kids can always look at it quicker. And let's have a look at the disc. And the disc itself is absolutely pristine. Not sure if it's been resurfaced or not, but nonetheless, it is scratch-free. Yeah, pretty much scratch-free. Not a single scratch on it. A few fingerprints, but that's about it. So all in all, I can't see why this wouldn't work, so that's another great game to add to the Wii U collection. And the next package we have is in this beautiful yellow envelope. And I've got a sinking suspicion I do know what's in this one. And yes, I was correct in my assumption. And that is a Wii game. And it happens to be Epic Mickey on the Wii. Yes, I did get both of them, because obviously I can't have number 2 without number 1. This packaging, however, I can see it's quite dirty. Not sure if that's texture or paint. I guess someone actually took this game literally and actually painted the case, or not sure if it's the actual Oh, it's even sticky taped. Not sure if it's actually the case or the manual itself, but I'm thinking it's the actual cover of the game and not the case. Packaged nicely, a little bit of bubble wrap to protect it in shipping. And yes, it is complete as well. It does have the instruction manual. That's when instructions manuals were still a little bit more elaborate than they later were, or even now to this day. But they don't even include instruction manuals, and obviously the mandatory precautions booklet that no one ever looks at. But now let's check the disc. Disc obviously itself is absolutely immaculate, not a scratch on it. Doesn't look like it's been resurfaced. To tell if discs have been resurfaced, you tend to get some kind of a glue residue around the ring here. That's usually a telltale sign that discs have been resurfaced. But this one doesn't have any residue that I can see, so I'm assuming it has not, and obviously it is in pristine condition. But now going back into that insert, let's see if it was actually paint or... Oh, thank God, it's only on the plastic case and not the manual itself. So that would be cool. Never played this game, absolutely have no idea what it's about, but it does look quite cool. And it did win ING's Best of 2010 at E3. So it must be relatively a good game. So that is another one that I got for the Wii collection. My Wii collection is relatively weak as well, as you probably all know, because the Wii was a bit of shovelware console, so not too many great games were on it. But I am, however, seeking all the, top-rated games that were available on the Wii. So that is that one, and that was the Turok from previously. Now we got this awesome big box. Came from Game Traders. Do know it's a couple games in here, but do not remember what they are. So let's crack it open and have a squeeze, because I do have a couple Game Traders purchases that I made. Some I think are still in transit, so I'm not sure which one this is. That would be good to crack it open and have a look. And there's my sales receipt, bin that. Oh, that's pretty cool. Packaged nicely, a lot of paper to protect the games. Get rid of all those. Put them aside so we don't spoil it for you. And first one off the ranks is another Nintendo 64 game, and that is Top Gear Overdrive. With its sticker on it, as you can see, paid $19.99 for it. $20, and pretty much on par with what they're selling on eBay, so I thought, and I'm pretty sure also this was a padded kind of purchase, because I think on the Game Traders website, if you spend over $110, you get free shipping. So I think that was another one of those padded out purchases. So, to avoid, paying like $15-16 shipping, I decided to get a game that I don't currently have for $20, so that's a pretty good deal. Get rid of that. Overall, the cart itself is pretty damn good nick as well. Not too many scratches, no yellowing, so that's pretty good. Next game I did get was was probably one of my favourite movies in the 90s, and it happens to be an NES game, and that is Robocop. Bloody awesome movie. Probably not a great game, as I can probably assume, due to the fact that pretty much none of the movie tie-in games on the NES were any good. But nonetheless, I'm very, very nostalgic towards the NES, so I am trying to get as many NES games as possible, because they are relatively hard to find and come by, obviously being like a 30-something-year-old, 35-year-old console. You don't find too many of these in the wild, due to the fact that obviously in Australia our population was probably around 17-18 million people, and obviously the Nintendo consoles and stuff were a luxury item where not many people could afford them. So yeah, they are getting quite rare to come by these days. So that is that one. Next game is a GameCube game, and that is Crash Nitro Kart. Also, GameCube games and GameCube consoles in general are becoming very, very highly collectible, and they are getting quite expensive. This one, however, was $40, $39.99, so couldn't resist but pick that up. And obviously, Crash being a relatively popular franchise. This is absolutely cool because it does actually include the whole instruction manual, as you can see, pretty damn good condition as well. Even if I say so myself, it's not yellowed, it is slightly Let me get this angle. It is slightly warped, as you can see, but nonetheless, it is not ripped, not torn, no dog ears, no yellowing. Most importantly, no scribbles in it, and the precaution manual as well. This one, however, is starting to show a bit of age because some of the pages are quite white, but some of the others are turning a little bit yellow. And now I've gone to the disc itself. I can straight away tell that this disc has been resurfaced because there is a little bit of yellow residue around the ring. So it is, however, scratch free due to the fact that it has been resurfaced. But hopefully I won't have any issues playing it. Most of the GameCube and Wii games that I've encountered over the years, even though they are scratched and look like they'll never work, they somehow do actually fire up. And GameCube games especially, I've never had any issues with them, especially if they are not hacked to pieces and have actually, massive gouges taken out of them. So that's quite cool. I'll probably pop this one in. I'll have a bit of a play because I do like playing GameCube games because that was one console I didn't have when I was growing up. So it's also fun to play some of these games and relive the good old times. And the next one obviously is also another GameCube game, and that is Sonic Heroes. As you can see, it was 50 bucks. Like I said, GameCube games are becoming highly sought after and getting up there in price. So I thought, why not start getting these before their prices start getting ridiculous on them. This one is also complete, which is great. I do like dealing with game traders, not that it's a paid promotion or anything like that, but they actually have all the pictures of what's included on the website. And if you do have any issues when games do not work, you can very easily call them or email them, and they are happy to refund your money. And so you don't have any of those kind of issues that you might encounter with other sellers on different websites. So that is quite good as well. This game, I've never played it before, no idea what it's even about. But the manual itself is pretty damn thick. But overall, great condition. This is the page that I always turn to, and that is the notes page, because obviously that's where people write their cheat codes and kids scribble in it. So if this is relatively clean and tidy without any scribbles or writing in it, I know that the rest of the manual should be relatively good as well. And yeah, like I said, it is quite elaborate. Introduces all the characters, how to connect it up, that kind of stuff. That's what I miss about the games these days, is just those kind of elaborate kind of manuals where you could, when I remember when I used to come back from, school and stuff, pick up a game on the way and used to read the manuals on the buses just to sort of familiarize myself with the game prior to playing it. So I do kind of miss that kind of old school stuff. But the world's changing, so I can't always have what we had. And going back to the disc, relatively good condition as well. No scratches, nothing. Does not look like it's been resurfaced. The top of it, however, is a little bit dirty with a lot of fingerprints on it. So I'll definitely give that a quick sanitize before popping it into the collection. So, not a bad haul. I'm thinking this is the 2 weeks worth at the moment. So I do have a few more packages on the way. Some of them are very exciting and a little bit of hardware as well coming. So as soon as those arrive, I'll make another video. But that should do me for this one. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.